Imagine a social network built for you, not for profit. Imogen Network puts control back in your hands, combining AI-driven personalization with blockchain-backed ownership. Your data, your content, your rules. Create stunning content, build genuine connections, and monetize your work, all in a decentralized, transparent platform where privacy is prioritized. Ready to experience social networking reimagined? Join Imogen.network today and take control of your digital world. Imogen Network, empowering
Click
connections,
the link at the top line of the
ownership.
description box now. Unfairly to keep him at least into October for his sentencing, which obviously that can be expedited. But let's hear what Judge Mathis had to say about that.
Combs has been convicted of interstate transportation of prostitutes, two counts, and has been denied bail. Although I really am concerned about the assaults against the women, particularly disrespecting black women as such, we must go with what he has been convicted of and respect the jury. And as I had predicted, he should be convicted after hearing and closing arguments of only the 2 counts of interstate transportation of prostitutes. We'll see in the future. Listen to us this next week on the Mathis verdict as we'll talk about the entire case and the sentencing. The sentencing guideline for a first-time offender is 21 months to 27 months for each count. We'll see whether they're consecutive, whether they're concurrent, or if he deviates from that first-time offender assessment or sentence, if you will.
Let's hear that once again. That's I think we gotta hear that twice.
Now you know that Sean Diddy Combs has been convicted of interstate transportation of prostitutes, two counts, and has been denied bail. Although I really am concerned about the assaults against the women, particularly disrespecting black women as such, we must go with what he has been convicted of and respect the jury. And as I had predicted, he should be convicted after hearing and closing arguments of only the 2 counts of interstate transportation of prostitutes. We'll see in the future. Listen to us this next week on the Mathis verdict as we'll talk about the entire case and the sentencing. The sentencing guideline for a first-time offender is 21 months to 27 months for each count. We'll see whether they're consecutive, whether they're concurrent, or if he deviates from that first-time offender assessment or sentence, if you will.
All right, so that's
by now you know that Sean.
The great Judge Mathis saying pretty much for each, for under the first-time offenders, law, 21 to 27 months, right? 21 to 20. Obviously, the federal they give months, not years. I mean, they're going to give you, 500 months or 12 months or 6 months or whatever the case may be. So let's just look at that. He already got maybe 12, close to 12, I think, maybe going on 13, months right now into the Fed. So, you're looking at, like I said, under 5 years. And again, it depends if they're going to run them, concurrent or consecutive, meaning, lumping those together, those 2 charges in one sentence, or making him serve, okay, you get 20, let's say 24 months. Let's say they do that, 24 months for this, one prostitution conviction, and you do 24 months for the other prostitution conviction, stretching it out. Now, I kind of tend to think if you're in the first-time offenders that they should run them, concurrent together, meaning that it would just be 24 months, which is 2 years, minus the 12 or 13 months that he has. And so either way you look at it, let's say worst case scenario, let's just say 27, right? Minus the 12 or the 13. Under 5 years, this man's coming home. And under 3, really, this man's coming home. So for people to say that it's not a victory, for people to get mad when people say that he beat the feds, he beat the feds. If the feds put a RICO charge on you, a RICO, and you get something less than 5 years, you beat them. 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 Forget the technicality. Oh, he, maybe because of this, and you beat him. He's happy. His family's happy. They out of court dancing and partying because they understand that his life was over. And not only was his life over, his finances would have been turned over to the federal government for them to drive around and do whatever the hell they do with the money. So yes, it's a major victory for Diddy, right? A major victory for his family. It's major. We can't sit up here and act like it's not. So I appreciate Judge Mathis for giving us more clarity, because some people were saying, oh, he might get up to this and, 20 and, come on, man. Look, it's prostitution. In some places, it's a slap on the wrist. I'm not saying that I agree with it, but, it's a profession. It's the oldest profession. And since mankind, like, people have been selling their bodies, whether it be directly, indirectly, since the beginning of time. Once they found out that the body parts and how things work with the body and you can get gratification, that's when it became a prized possession that I could sell for money. Now, that's what it became. So for us to sit up here and act like, oh, all high and mighty, like this, yeah, the dude's a creep. The dude was into drugs, he's into all types of crazy sexual fetishes and all of that, but it was behind his closed doors. And yes, he maybe was, coerced and was manipulative to a younger lady who was of age. Because a lot of people were trying to say, oh, underage this, and he was messing around, this and that. And she was very on the younger side of age. I think she was like, 19 or something like that. But she was still of sound mind. And as attorney Akeisha Shabazz so eloquently put, other women got out of there. So to act like Cassie was just stuck and she couldn't leave, other women left, bro. And nothing happened to them. We got examples of that. So this narrative that people try to paint, like, oh, this guy, like, he sold this, and if he would have put a bag on this. Why did all these other women get out of there? And y'all was say, oh, Kim Porter. Kim Porter died from pneumonia, man, if I'm not mistaken. We can write all the conspiracies we want. We can have the fake books and the memoirs and, whatever conspiracy we want to come up with because it sounds good. Nobody's here to challenge you, right? Because you're on the internet and nobody can challenge you. Nobody can bring you, whatever, a death certificate, a coroner's report, and throw it in your face. Say, hey, prove this, liar. This is lie and defamation. You're lying now. You're lying. This is how she passed away. So when somebody can confront you, then all that shit goes down the drain. All these other women that he does, they straight. Some would argue that Cassie was an accomplice, that she should have been a co-defendant, the Cody to Puffy, to Diddy, the Cody, because of the manner that she. Now, in some instance, if the government wasn't so freaking thirsty to try to throw this man and throw away the key and lock him up and throw away the key, they could have knocked them all down. But they, for whatever reason, felt like they had something. And, like I said, I don't care. Like, emotion decide. And we had Attorney Shabazz on in May, and she said this. And we don't script nothing. We brought on that. She could have felt whatever way she wanted to feel. And we asked her. She said, emotion decide. I don't see Rico. Emotion decide. I don't see sex trafficking. Now, prostitution, we can't argue with that. So Diddy won. And he's going to win on the sentencing side. There's no way he can lose on the sentencing side. Even if they bang him 27-27, they roof him, right? Say if they roof him. What's that, like 50 something? Minus. So it's still under 5, like 4 years. You can get out. You got to do 85%, 3.5. The man will be home soon. The man will be home. What's we'll be in before 2030. That's a W. That's a W. It's a dub. And I'm not saying he's a good person. I'm not saying none of that. I never really liked Diddy like that. But fair is fair. The system, I think, worked like it was supposed. We were able to not listen to people on podcast or people just making things up. We were able to actually glean and find and look at the evidence. And look at the evidence and say, okay, fuck what what so and so saying, what they think they heard, they think they saw, or what somebody told them. I'm talking about firsthand evidence. You feel me? So that is what it is, man. At some point, this situation is going to die down, and in a way, see, if you watched us, we never were defending Diddy. It's bigger than the individual. When we talk, it's bigger than the individual person. I don't give a damn. It's about the principle. That's the part y'all don't get. Y'all think somebody trying to defend somebody. Nah. We do this journalism, this media thing, right? And we got to do it right. Nobody's paying us to formulate any thought. It's independent, uncensored thought every single time. And we're students of history, and we have covered so many different things. So it's a certain way we got to approach this. Like, wait, hold on. Let's just pump the brakes. I get what people are saying. I get how it looks. But let the man have his day in court. If you go back to any of our videos, that's what we said about all Dr. Cosby. That's what we said about R. Kelly. All these people. We said, let those men have their day in court. Let them get their defense together. Let's sift through the evidence. Let's hear it and let them have a chance to defend themselves. That's like, somebody said they gonna whoop your ass. I'm gonna beat his ass. I'm gonna beat him. I guarantee you. Look how hard I'm working. Look at this. I'm stronger than him. Look at my muscle compared to his muscle. Look at the way I'm hitting his heavy bag. Look at the way I'm hitting his speed bag. Well, that don't hit back. The speed bag and the heavy bag don't hit back, baby. So now we got into the ring. You see what I'm really working with. You get to see how this right hand is a one-hitter quitter and this uppercut is knocking your damn teeth out. Now you get to see, oh, shit. Damn. This wasn't what I thought it was. I'm in the fight of my life. Now, as a matter of fact, this nigga done knocked me down. The fight's over. The ref saying it's over because the way my head cocked back. I'm going to stand in 8. That's what happened. That's what we say. Let them get in the ring first and fight and see what happens. That's it. I don't care what somebody's saying. I don't care who it is. This country, though not perfect, they give you the opportunity to have your day. Now, you might get railroaded in court. The system is not perfect, but if you got resources and money like Diddy, you're able to hire multiple attorneys. And any good attorney, depending on what type of case you got, they're going to hire somebody who specializes in this, somebody who specializes in prostitution, somebody who specializes in sex trafficking, somebody who specializes in RICO, somebody who specializes in whatever. All that. So we're going to have a team of lawyers that come together and we fight. Boom, 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 boom. We all fighting. All right, you handle this part. I'm going to handle this part. You handle this part. You're going to do the cross-examination. You're going to listen for anything that we can attack them with. You're going to hire the private investigator. You are going to do this. You're going to do that A, B, and C. I'm sure Diddy probably had a lot of attorneys behind the scenes and people working that we didn't even see. You're going to monitor social media, right? You're going to do this. You're going to, you got money like that. You can make shit shake. You can get a dream team of attorneys. You can make shit shake. When you're not just, at the realm of a public defender, which in some cases they do great work. No shot at them. But you can get a team and stop. Like, I don't want this. I can't just have one person. Even something that I was dealing with, like attorney I was going to hire. He was like, I got to get. He was telling me, he was like, I got to get somebody who's knowledgeable on this and knowledgeable on that and knowledgeable on that. I'm like, well, shit, the price goes up, bro. You talking some money I ain't got, bro. But that's what good attorneys will do. So that is what it is, bro. Like I'm gonna stand on the side. I'm not gonna let emotions get involved, prior experiences get involved. I'm gonna give you the real, bro. And I don't even like Diddy like that. But I understand the system and I understand history. And I always look at it like, all right, what if it was my family or what if it was me? how would I want somebody to engage the situation? It's easy to bring people on and drag this man down and find people that want to tear him down. All you need is a couple of dollars. You can get these dudes to come on the platform and talk shit. Some of them do it for free. Oh, Diddy this, Diddy that, Diddy. You know, I seen Diddy do this. I seen Diddy do that. I seen this. What? It's easy. That we come on. You know, come on. Our you know, catalog is etched in gold, bro. Etched in gold. Over what? 300, almost 400 million views combined. Over 1 million subscribers combined with all, because we got more than one channel. You know that. You know that. Some of the biggest names in hip hop, some of the biggest actors, some of the biggest politicians, lawyers. We even interviewed an FBI agent. There's not too many, you know, catalogs that are more vast than ours. Vast. With different type of people from all walks of lives. Not just the rapper, or not just, you know, nah. All different walks of life, to business people, to whatever, pastors, Hebrew Israelites, Moorish people, the Nation of Islam. What do we can go anywhere. Harry Rosenberg, a Jewish guy, like all different walks of lives that we, you know, people's managers, people's publicists. Got an interview with Bill Cosby, bro. How many people can say that? How many people say they had Raven Simone? But anyway, let me stop. Now I'm on a tangent. I'm boasting and I'm bragging. Humble, be humble. But now let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I appreciate y'all listening in. And if you've seen the ad at the beginning of the video, you can get sure if you have a business, you got a brand or a song, you can hit me right now, OGOD@hiphopyon.com. Take advantage of our Independence Day 4th of July special. But you have to email me. You have to engage me today, and I'll give you a special for the weekend. Do not wait and be ready. Please be ready, because I get shit going. Bro. I'm not waiting around, bro. So hit me up, OGOD@hiphopyon.com.